I have an expectation for him, and I've been seeing this, and he's been built and reared for this his whole life. I mean, you didn't believe it. I believe, everybody from the previous locations that we played. I mean, the kid has always won. He's always been dominant. He's always been smart and intelligent and concise. He's always been a competitor. He's always lifted the level of competition, and he's always given us a chance to succeed. But the kid can flat out play.
The NFL Draft Combine is officially happening, and today was a huge day. We got to hear from Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders, and all of the other quarterbacks. But I think Shedeur Sanders left a really big impression, and he also left us some really big time sound bites. So in this video, what I wanted to do was kind of let you guys hear everything he said about certain teams and kind of let you guys hear it for yourself, right? But more importantly, what I wanted to do in this video was actually break down some of his film. I want to show you how good he can actually be and what he put on the film throughout his college career. Before we dive into the video, comment down below right now, what team do you think he would fit the best in and make the biggest upgrade to that team? Let me know in the comments down below. And with that being said, let's just dive into the video.
What's up, Shedeur?
How's everybody doing?
Good, yeah.
Doing well.
Legendary, legendary.
Shedeur, a lot's been made of your relationship with Tom Brady over the years. What has that relationship meant to you, and how fired up would you be to reunite with him in Las Vegas with the Raiders?
Yeah, Tom Brady, he's all-time great. Being able to have that resource, being able to have that person I'm able to talk to and call whenever I'm having questions about the game, and he's able to relate to it because he did at the highest level. It's truly amazing. I'm thankful for that.
Have you met with the
What's the origin of your relationship?
Now, obviously, from that clip, we heard that Shedeur Sanders has been in communication with minority owner Tom Brady for the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, I do believe Shedeur Sanders makes sense for the Raiders if he does fall to 6, but I think that they're really intrigued and wanting to go after Matthew Stafford, and that is a real possibility. If that doesn't happen, then I still think Shedeur Sanders could be on the table at 6, or if they wanted to make a trade up as well. But obviously, Shedeur Sanders, in that clip, didn't really specifically say that he met with the Raiders, but that did happen. And he also said if they asked him for a workout, he would 100% be there. I think the Raiders are a team that he would gladly, go to. I think he really would like to be in Vegas, and I think he would really enjoy the fact that he would have an asset or a resource like Tom Brady as a rookie. That would be insane.
Yeah. It was truly just getting to know him because, like I said, we have relatability because the media painted him a certain way when he said that. So I went through scrutiny also. So I told him, bro, you can't, certain things you can't say, because they want to paint a certain type of picture of you, and like, don't let that happen. So since then, he been good, he been smiling, he been fun, even when he's frustrated. And I just said, just take it day by day. But I was able to understand him.
Now, it came up when he started talking about the New York Giants and possibly pairing up with Malik Neighbors and the relatability that those guys already have together. And if I'm being quite honest, I feel like the Giants are really the #1 team and the most likely destination for Shedeur Sanders. They're sitting at number 3. They are in on Matthew Stafford and most likely would be after a guy like Sam Darnold because they need to change this organization around very, very quickly. And I think him talking about the Giants is something that he would honestly really be happy, playing for. But he answered a bunch of questions very, very well, and we're going to play the next clip here in a second, but he said something along the lines of, hey, if you're not trying to change your team, if you're not trying to build a new culture, then don't draft me. I'm a guy who is going to change everything, culture, the franchise. I am going to do what it takes to flip an organization around. And I feel like the Giants, that is exactly what they need.
That's the plan. If that's not what you're trying to do, don't get me. If you ain't trying to change the franchise or the culture, don't get me. So you should know history repeats itself over and over and over. And I've done it over and over and over. So it should be no question why an NFL franchise should pick me. Yeah.
Alright guys, real quickly before we deep dive back into some more sound bites and more news coming out of Shedeur Sanders, do me a big time favor, hit the like button if you haven't already done so, but more importantly, subscribe if you want more of these type of breakdowns throughout the entirety of the offseason. Whoever the Giants or the Raiders, I'm going to be covering the offseason, right? So whoever they sign, we got you guys covered, film breakdown, analysis for the draft, free agency, trades, we got you covered. Join the family, and with that being said, let's dive back into some more Shedeur Sanders. Now, in this next clip that we're about to listen to, Shedeur Sanders talks about why he can turn around the Browns organization, and take a listen to his answer.
Because I've done it at 2 locations already, so it's simple. So that's why when people say I'm not, one of the top quarterbacks or the top quarterback, is what are y'all going based off of? Because I did it year after year after year, and you see the progression. So it's like, obviously, it got to be some type of external hate that you have for the family, for the last name, for anything, because I know I proved myself on the field.
Alright, here's another clip of him talking about some of his greatest traits as a player, and I definitely wanted you guys to hear this one as well.
I'd say being a leader. That's my best trait overall, because everything's mental. So if I play my game from the neck up, I got to be able to adjust to my players, to have them have related ability, for them to get to know me, for us to make everything smooth. So I came from an HBCU, then I went Power 5. Those 2 type of different players, and it's very diverse, and getting to know people, talk to people, and making everything genuine. So the path and everything I had, even with Dad being a coach, it's still been a challenge. It's still been everything, because he's my dad, so you can never want to come off a certain way to people. So that's why when I'm here interacting with people, I love interacting with people, because so they could truly get to know me and not just know clicks or anything like that.
Now, with that being said, I feel like Shedeur Sanders did a really good job answering questions at this year's Draft Combine press conference before he got the test out on the field. Now, we know he's not throwing at all. He might not even be working out too much, but we should see a lot more for his pro day, which I am definitely excited about. But overall, talked a little bit about the Browns being able to change that organization forever. Talked a little bit about Tom Brady, and, if the Raiders call, he'll be there, right? And then he talked a little bit about the New York Giants, maybe potentially pairing up with Malik Neighbors, and overall his, his best traits and why he thinks he should be the #1 taken quarterback in this year's NFL draft. But now I wanted to show you why I believe he is most definitely the top two quarterback in the draft. Like, it's not even a question. I don't think anyone's questioning it, but the dude's film speaks for itself. The first thing we notice, this safety starts to bite up, right? So as a quarterback, you expect one of 2 things, right? You maybe expect this guy to blitz in, or they're just going to shadow this guy with 2 defenders. But either way, this turns into a yes-no read for the quarterback, right? We have a one-on-one matchup here to the bottom side of the screen. We trust our wide receiver way more than their DB. So most of the time, if this guy bites up here and doesn't immediately drop back in this direction, we're going to throw this football right here. I don't care who it is. We like our guy, we're going to throw the ball. So we're going to have a 5-man scat protection, slide to the left, man-to-man to the left, or to the right. We'll break that down as well. We're basically going to see, again, 5-man scat protection. We're going to slide the offensive line left. We're going to have man-to-man. We're going to swing a guy around, which is actually going to initiate a little bit of pressure here on Shedeur Sanders, right? But at this moment, he is going to look over the middle. He's going to keep this safety in line instead of having him drop back to that right side, and then he's going to turn and fire a dart, right? Look at the ball placement here. Look at the ball placement of that throw right there. That is unbelievable. Not only do we manipulate this safety, because think about it, whenever you're in a zone coverage, guys, whether you have boom or boom, right, these guys, they have one job. It's to read the quarterback's eyes. Where are they looking? Most of the time, quarterbacks will tell you where they're going with the football by the way their eyes, their shoulders, their feet. He's going to look over the middle of the field. He's going to keep this guy kind of in line. He's going to open up a window to throw this one-on-one go ball. He's going to turn and fire. That is beautiful football. Beautiful football. Now, unbelievable throw. Now, here's one of my favorite plays by Shedeur Sanders. Some of the best quarterbacks in the NFL are really good at manipulating defenses. When they're in zone coverage, you look one way, you move them in that direction, and you throw it to where they were, right? You move them out of a spot and you find the opening, right? Now, Shedeur Sanders, like Pat Mahomes and Josh Allen, he can do that already, which is something that is a positive, right? They brought in a coach over there at Colorado who was teaching him terminology and whatnot, and has prepared him for moments like this. And before we dive into this play, actually, do me a big time favor, guys. Hit the like button if you want more of these type of videos, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. It is free, it doesn't cost anything, and we will be breaking down Shedeur Sanders and the rest of the NFL draft throughout the entire process for the Giants, the Titans, the Browns, the Raiders, whoever it may be, right? We got you guys covered. So make sure you join the family. Again, it's free, it doesn't cost anything. Now, with that being said, let's take a look at this play. So what did we talk about a little while ago? Being able to manipulate defenses, being able to manipulate these linebackers. That is the one thing you could do specifically, right? So as we drop back, we're going to go through what you call a full field read. Okay, basically when you just look at all your options, you look at the coverage, you look at everything, right? And then you mentally take notes of what the coverage is in everywhere. Okay, so what we're going to do here is right away, we're going to understand this is zone coverage, because the first thing we notice is these guys are locked in on the quarterback, right? So all of these guys, they're all staring at the quarterback. That's their job. Look at the quarterback. They'll tell you where they want to go with the football, except the ones who can manipulate you, or Sanders being one of them. So again, he's going to drop back. He's going to look left, which is ultimately going to move this guy to the left side, knowing you have that quick out. We also are going to generate a cross throw over the middle. Now watch what Shedeur Sanders is about to do. He's going to turn his head fully right. You can see he's looking at his guy, and now he's moving this linebacker in that direction. You might be saying, well, why is he doing that if now he's in that passing lane? Well, our goal is to get him over the middle of the field. This is wide open. Guys, this is wide open. So let's overlook it. Let's overlook it, right? Let's get him over there while our guy is getting behind him, right? So as this play develops, you're going to see his head doesn't move. He isn't scanned with the wide receiver. He keeps his head here, and then he throws it, right? You're going to see his head really swivel, right? He's still looking here, and he's loading up to the left or to the middle. Beautiful. Right over the ref's head. I mean, guys, this is next level stuff. This guy's still rotating in this direction. Flat-footed. Unbelievable. Great job by Shedeur Sanders. And also, didn't even talk about this, while with the guy in his face. Oh man, let's go Shedeur. Now obviously, I think Shedeur Sanders could easily go number 1. I think he's probably the number 2 quarterback taken in this year's draft, just because of the ceiling of Cam Ward. But I do think Shedeur has a higher floor than Cam, right? But with that being said, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.